Good evening everybody and welcome to IndyILR Racing Xbox tier. This is ILR3 and we're almost halfway through the season now and also halfway through the European season, and we go to what is most people's home race. We are in Silverstone in Northamptonshire in Britain, and it's a favourite for some as well, where it brings some very interesting racing. We've seen what the PS4 had to offer yesterday. This is now the turn of the Xbox. I am Jess, one of your commentators tonight, and joining me as per usual is Jack.
How are you doing?
Yes, I'm good. And last week what do you think of last week's race? Because I wasn't here and you were commentating last week. So tell me, how did the drivers do? Was it an eventful race, do you think?
Yeah, it was just a few silly incidents, I thought, in Austria, but apart from that, it was pretty good racing up and down the field. Qualifying was really close, I remember last week. Hopefully it can be as close this week, but of course Austria is the shortest track on the calendar in terms of lap times, so I'm not sure if it will be as close, but knowing ILR, it will still be as close as it can be.
Yes, it is starting to get competitive as it gets towards the halfway point, because we are starting to see the early leaders of the championship, and we are starting to see a few more people be a bit careful, but some people are making careless mistakes. But in Britain now it is quite hot in the game and it is quite sunny, so the tyres can get really hot really fast, and if they go to walls pretty quickly, they're going to have loads of incidents. And this is the first time this season where the blue hards are going to be used for qualifying and the race. One person's on it right now, which is Atlantis, which I think is
ADOS is on them as well, I think.
ADOS is in the pits though, but Atlantis, interestingly, is on the hards. Not the best qualifying tyre, I've got to say, but he's taking a gamble, but he may prove us wrong if he sets a good lap time. But I know the hards are around about 2 seconds slower than the softs and the mediums, so if I was you, qualifying on the softs or the mediums will be the best option. I think a lot more people are qualifying on the softs because it's probably the softest tyres. No super softs used for the first time this season. It is what is going to be used next year, actually, softs, mediums and hards. So a bit of a taste of what life's going to be like next season for real life as well, Jack.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know whose idea what it was to label the hards blue, because I saw Atlantis coming out on the blue hard tyres, and I forgot the hards were blue, and I thought it was coming out on wets for a split second.
Yeah.
But it is the only track of the calendar where we use the hards, because, well, there's no need to have them anywhere else. But I'm not sure it's the best tyre to use for qualifying, because probably the times we'll be seeing around Silverstone optimally will be around a 126, 127 for the best lap times.
Yeah, that is what most people have been aiming for.
Yeah, it's just what people can pull out. I think R Frank's going to be the first set of that, a 128.6. So the thing, that was just a banker lap. I don't think he was pushing as hard as he could do, because we will see times tumble as steerage goes 1.2 seconds faster on a harder compound. So it just shows R Frank had a bit of a leisurely lap, because APS Hamilton goes 1.1 seconds behind him. It's a mega lap from steerage there, considering he's on the medium tyres. It's probably about a second slower than the soft. I think there's about a second difference between each of the compounds.
Steerage has been very consistent in terms of qualifying pace, and to set that for a banker lap is pretty astonishing as well. So if he sets a fast time on those medium tyres, he's going to have a very good strategy coming into the race, because he could do a one stop no problem with a medium to soft or a medium to hard. Well, it does depend on how this race goes throughout the race, to see how this is going to play into his hands. Or maybe he might do a soft to mediums and it may pay off dividends as well. But the introduction to the DRS at the first turn, the first couple of corners, is definitely going to make the lap times a lot faster than last season in season 1 of Xbox, I believe. So don't count your chickens before you hatch, because they have to make sure that they cut out lap times, which shows that they are the best in the league. As ED Fusion has set a lap time on the softs, which is a 1:27.3. Yeah, he's on the soft
almost by nothing. Though. Oh,
AJH. 5 place grid penalty for a collision, which we didn't see on the stream. So that won't be too good for him. So he's in 15th now, so he'll probably be starting in the, well, he won't be starting in the pit lane in the game, will he? He'll probably be starting at the back of the grid anyway, so that is where he'll be starting. We get the flag is set to 1. Not entirely sure what happens there. The British Grand Prix was first introduced, obviously, in 1950. The first race of Formula 1 as we know it, which is pretty cool.
That was a save and a half. Sorry to interrupt you. Dumb Thunder just did opposite lock both ways with Chapel and Beckett to save the car, and he managed it. I thought that was going round, but I think no, he's still going to stick with the lap, and hopefully, because of course it's just a banker, he may as well finish it, because those softs are only good for around 1 lap. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, he did like he was struggling a little bit there, but it is early days. We're starting to see more people get into lap times, but we have seen times go faster and faster each year, and also see some good battles as well. As 2008, especially, the weather conditions played into people's hands. It was raining and it started drying. They got to decide when they went onto the slicks, and Lewis Hamilton actually played that perfectly, to be honest. As Easy Fusion's going to the pits, quite a few people going to the pits. As Ados Gamer has gone into the grass there with the hard tyres, so that's probably hasn't done his lap very good, and he's probably going to get an invalidated lap time. Yes, he has, so he doesn't improve, either one of the two. So Nardi, I think, still on a lap as well. No, he's not. He's just about to go on a lap. I'm just seeing who is on a flyer.
Jason is back doing a pretty decent lap on the hards. As to be said, he's only around 9/10ths off Easy Fusion on the softs.
Jason, yeah.
Really decent effort on the hards there. Ados also on the hards, about 1.1 down. And I think, judging by the movements that Jason's got on his wheel, he's on the pad. So that is a very solid effort, considering I think, me personally, diving on the pad is one of the most infuriating things on the planet. That's all fair play.
It is very, very difficult, to be honest. It was just like, how does he do that on a pad? But we did see him struggle a little bit there. But to be where he is in P5 is astonishing for a pad user. So it just goes to show, if you're watching this and want to think of going into league racing, you don't have to do it on the wheel. Pad is fine. You can start from way bottom and then go all the way to the top maybe. And that's what Jason is proving. Hotwire's on a fly lap at the moment. He's on set to 2 right now. Let's just see if he goes faster. He's
running out of battery though.
ERS, yep, and he's running out of fuel as well. Is he going to make it to the line in time, or is he going to end up retiring? That's what I think his lap time got invalidated, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Or he might put less fuel than the car intended. He's got to drop down his ERS though, because otherwise he's going to struggle. He's going across the final few turns now. Way is on a lap as well by the looks of things in front of him. It is not going to be a fast one, but it is P5. So he's beating Jason 1:28.0, but I'm a bit worried about Hotwire. Is he going to make it for another lap? I don't think so if he's run out of fuel. So I think JJ Rock's on the lap as well. No, he's not. He's lowering the ERS. I'm just seeing who else is going on a lap at the moment. I think Ray had his lap time invalidated. I'm not entirely sure.
I think Steerage is on the lap.
Yeah, Steerage is on another lap for Stints 2. Aiden is going out the pit.
Now.
Cops is quite fast.
Speed he takes. That is pretty much as solidly as you can take Cops without having any sort of temperature issues. You've got to try and hug each apex as much as possible through Magus, Beckus and Chapel. Has a quite a similar nature to the S's in Suzuka, in the sense that if you get one of them wrong, you'll just find yourself going wrong in all of the corners after it, just going wide. It's a bit of a snowball effect. So it's just a question of, again, how much momentum can you take into all of these corners? That is a key around Silverstone, is just momentum everywhere. Vale is probably one of the last corners where you lose most of that momentum, probably the 2 slowest corners of the track. He gets a bit of a slide on the soft tyres. He goes faster than Easy Fusion by 8/10ths. So that's a mega lap from the Williams.
That is a very fast lap, but I think, judging by his pace, if he's got more time to give, and if the track starts to rubber up a bit more, I think he can go even faster. Can he, Jack?
It's possible, but it just depends as way. That is just a name to troll commentators. On the medium tyres is 600ths behind Steerage.
That is a decent lap time from Way on those medium tyres. He's probably going to stick to those for the race by the looks of things, unless he wants to go for the softs and see if he could do a faster lap on the softs. But if I was him, I would stay on the medium, because There's not many people that are going to beat them to get into the top 5. So he's pretty comfortable in the top 4 at the moment. So that could be very good stead towards the race, and he can do very well in this. And Jason has still got a lap on the hards, but I think he could go faster on the mediums because mediums get a bit more grip, and that's what Ados is doing right now. He's going out of the pits and going onto a set of medium tyres. I'm quite surprised not many people are on the mediums. A lot more people are on the soft, so that is interesting. Now, if you are on the soft, I think you could go to around about lap 8, lap 9 in Britain before you need to change to a set of mediums or hards. That is how long you can get. It is quite demanding.
I'd probably put it around 7 laps for softs. So if you go 7-7, I think it's 26 laps for Silverstone, isn't it? Half late,
yeah,
half
26,
race.
yeah. 26 laps for Silverstone, 50%.
So 26. So I've just been told that it's a full dry race, so these tyres will count.
Yeah, they will.
So it'll be soft. It will take you up to around lap 14, 15, depending on how you manage them. So that gives another 11 laps for the mediums. So that's about right, I'd say. And the mediums, it depends how good of a race tyre the hard is. But of course, in real life, the Renaults use the hard tyres to their advantage, and they are actually really quick. So it's a question of what the drivers are more comfortable with.
Yeah, because some people might have more grip on the softs, some people may have more grip on the mediums, some may have more grips on the hards. It does depend on how much they practice and decide which is the best one, because it just, again, it does vary. We've got 5 minutes and 35 seconds left of qualifying. So making this a dry race is probably going to be another quite a hot one. So we don't want the tyres to blister a little bit, because that's what we've seen in Britain in real life. A lot of people were struggling with the tyres blistering everywhere, and that costed a few positions. And I think that's why
Hamilton on a quick lap.
I think that's why Sebastian Vettel got the win.
Point that out.
Yep, Hamilton's
Sorry for
on that.
interrupting you a bit, but he is doing a pretty decent job at the moment. He might move up a couple of spots. He's got 8 tenths to make up to get anywhere near pole, which is, well, I'm not sure if that was just a mega lap from steerage, or if everyone just had a couple of cruisy laps. It's way off the circuit there of Affinity, and he's just bottled that lap as he's gone on the grass, taking out a DRS sign. But yeah, he's came out of it now. He's going to try again in the next lap.
Yeah, he still has a couple more chances. I wonder if he will stay out or he will go to the pits and try again pretty soon, because he has around about 4 minutes. Yes, he's going to the pits at the moment.
He does have time to do another, even though Silverstone is the longest pit lane of the season, is in the fact that it takes longest to entry, do a racing pit stop, and then get back out again, because you are only going 37 miles an hour. But
it is, to be honest. It is quite long, so
he should be able to get out and do another lap.
Yes, he would. Sector. He will have another chance, as much as these guys as well have another chance. As long as they get to it in time, they can do it. Now, I'm just getting the championship standings up, and actually steerage, our current pole sitter, is currently leading the championship by 30 points over APS Hamilton. So to the APS 1-2 in the championship at the moment. So they're looking to score another win like they did last week with APS Hamilton. He took the win last week 2 times in a row, one in France and one in Austria. So can he get his 3rd win in a row? Will he be helping his teammate? Because steerage didn't do France, but he did Austria. But steerage, I think, wants to go better than the P6. I think his qualifying pace is different, is way better than his race pace for him, steerage, but he's got the chance to do it. And I think Zillion is in P3 in the championship. I don't think he's racing tonight. I don't think. I can't see him on the list at the moment, but I think after that it's Dome Thunder in 4th in the championship as well. So championship wide open, it's anyone's game, but the 2 APS boys are showing their mettle in the championship at the moment, and can anyone stop them?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just going to have to go for just a couple minutes. And who's that?
That was Easy Fusion, just almost binned into the wall, but he was able to get back.
High ballast, I think that was.
That was very high ballast.
Yeah, I just have to go for a couple minutes. I will be back in a second, though.
No worries. Whilst Jack goes BRB, we've just got a final few minutes of qualifying as a few people are starting to go on their outlaps again. And this is where it is crucial around here. As people around the grandstands are cheering for their favourite drivers. Let us know what you think of the action so far. Who you think is going to get pole today. We've got 11 of you guys watching the stream. We've got a few people slowing down as well. And I'm just seeing who's on the lap at the moment. JJ Rocks is on lap at the moment in the Force India. As far as the constructors are concerned, let me just check. Williams are actually leading the constructors by 59 points over Ferrari. As JJ Rocks goes into the pits right now. R. Frank's on the out lap. I'm just seeing who else could be. Well, Aiden is on a flyer. No, he's about to start one. As I think Jason has decided that he's happy with his lap and he can't do any better, so he has retired for that. So, which is probably an ideal move if you want to conserve your tyres. So that means he'll be starting this race on a set of medium tyres, which will be quite crucial and critical. But don't forget, the bottom half of the field can start on whatever tyres they want. So even if they qualify on the soft, they can start on the mediums or the hards if they want to. With the top 10, if they qualify on the soft, they have to start on the soft. So Aiden is on the lap now. He's looking pretty good over sector 1. He is approaching corners with care at the moment. He's on ERS mode 3 at the moment, as we are approaching one of the long straights here. He's about to approach Cobb's Corner now. This is a very critical part of the circuit where we will see a lot of overtaking around here. And he's gone a bit wide again. A lot of people get caught out here, and we probably will see a lot of people get caught out here as well. On another casualty of the wall, and he's retired from the session. He just took it way too hard there, probably high ballast again, and yeah, he must have missed his braking point ever so slightly. So unfortunately there, qualifying is over for Aiden, but we still got 2 minutes remaining on qualifying. Way it's going to be the last people to cross that line. He decided to go on the soft tyres now. This could be a fast lap from him, because he set his fastest lap time on a set of mediums. So if he can set a good lap time on a set of softs, he could possibly beat steerage. So if I was steerage, I wouldn't be too comfortable on pole position at the moment. Let's see. Steerage is coming across sector 2 now. Actually, steerage will be the last person to set a lap time. How about APS Hamilton? Those three are quite close together on circuit. So let's see who should we follow next. We've got Way, actually. Let's follow Way. Someone's right in front of him. That's not going to help Way whatsoever. As Ados decided enough's enough. Way, I think, slowing down. No, he's not going to set another lap time by the looks of things. So let's watch APS. Oh, APS Hamilton's gone wide as well. So I think the only person that could improve on their lap time is APS steerage. Unless Way can find a lot more time in sector 3.
Nope.
Nope, he's not. APS Hamilton has retired. Let's see if steerage can improve. Well, we don't know if he's improved, but he's got pole, definitely. So we shall see.
I think
I'm thinking he improved by...
Way might have invalidated. Sorry, go on.
I think he improved by like 53 thousandths there. I'm not entirely sure. But we will see once we get the standings up.
He was 69 thousandths behind before, wasn't he? I think.
Yes.
I think that's how. Yeah. I think he might have invalidated his time going through Stowe, because having a run up to the line, he didn't have his battery on at all. Yeah. So.
Nope, he hasn't improved. But he's still on pole.
Thousandths, I think it was.
So there we go. Our standings
He
then.
did improve.
Did he? Oh yeah, he did. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, we got steerage on pole. Way in second, Hamilton in third, Aiden in fourth, Fusion in fifth, AJ in sixth, Jason in seventh, JJ Box in eighth, R. Frank in ninth, Hotwire in 10th, Blazing Slender in 11th, Ados Gamer in 12th, Don't Find a 13th, Zanardi 14th, Atlantis 15th, Alipa 16th, and there is your standings for qualifying, and I just made it just in time there. So steerage is definitely on a class of his own. He is showing why he is one of the dominant people in this championship so far. He's got 4 wins this season, which is absolutely amazing for him. So 4 wins out of 10, whereas Hamilton's got 3. And I don't know who else has won the other races. They're probably reserve drivers. I know a few reserve drivers won a few races this season. Tom won in Austria and China. And yeah. So yeah, that's it, I think, with those wins. So I think Steerage could be the one to watch, but we could see a few people nipping at their heels tonight, because a lot of people are confident with Britain, as we see for the lap times, because it is very, very close again, Jack.
Especially qualifying. I mean, the top 4, 5 are only apart by about, what, 0.3-ish of a second from what I remember. So yeah, it should be really close.
Yep, as the grandstand is about to get underway. Not as hot as qualifying, so the clouds are starting to die down a little bit, but luckily it's still dry for the drivers. But the visibility will be a bit different here, because it's very, very cloudy. It looks very misty as well by the looks of things, but tyre wear from 12th downwards, everyone's gone on the mediums. AJH is staying on the softs. Obviously, he got a 5-place grid penalty, so he had to stay on those. Top 5 on the softs.
What was that? I just saw. I don't know if that was a glitch on my glitch on my screen, but I just saw a bit of a dash of rain. But I was told it was a dry race, but I think that might have just been a glitch, because I'm not seeing any more.
I don't see any rain. I don't see any rain.
That was just a very small glitch for me on my screen then. Apologies.
No, it is not a problem at all. Sometimes we get that where there is a problem with the game, but with those weather glitches, I never experienced that in my life, as Dome Fund has been disqualified. As I was saying, the top 5 are on the softs, as well as 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. And
Seconds on the softs. A medium, sorry.
Pardon? Oh no, Wade's on
P2's
the mediums.
on the mediums.
Yeah, my bad. And Jason, I think, is also on the mediums. So nobody's choosing to go on the hards, which is, I think, the best decision.
No.
I think you would probably go
Because
on the
ADOS
hards.
is normally. Yeah, go on.
Probably go in the hards towards the end of the race, but definitely not to start it. You want the most grip you can for the start of the race, and they're warming their tyres up now, getting ready for this, and oh, APS Hamilton got disqualified. I swear, every ILR3 I commentate.
I am seeing rain going across the Williams of APS Steerage.
Wait a minute. I don't.
Look at his car. Go on.
No,
go
I don't.
on board, and you don't. So I'm just having glitches.
Wait. I could see. No. Wait. Oh no, it's just people going through the grid. Right, this is confusing right now. I thought I
I'm seeing rain, and I don't know why.
Oh
Because you'll say you're not.
No, it's not raining for me. Oh my word, this is going to be an interesting start of the race, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Here we go then. We have got 5 red lights here in Silverstone. And we are underway. And looks like Steerage not got the best of starts by looks of things, as Way is going around the outside, and all this contact already, as Way has desperately cut that corner there a little bit, or someone to cut the corner anyway. But Steerage managed to hold on to the lead, getting a bit too aggressive going into turn 1 and 2, and we've already seen people dropping down the field. As we've got AJH losing it.
P1, P2, side by side down the straight.
Oh, Aiden is losing, is trying to overtake round the outside. He's got to give enough room. Looks like he does. Keeping it clean over there, going into turn 5 and 6. Almost going into Cop's corner. Oh, there was a bit of banging wheels there as Aiden almost went off the circuit there. But he kept it together. Aiden's second chance then. Looks like Steerage is not giving Aiden enough space, or it might be the other way around. As Steerage almost went off the circuit again. But it seems like the gaps are a bit too close already, as Hotwire is gained position. Blading Slender has spun. Lost it a little bit there in that corner, which didn't really help him. But we still got a battle for the lead. Aiden's still going on a chance. They are taking it too aggressive there with these overtakes at the moment. And
Aiden really going for it at the moment. Yeah. Well, ABS Hamilton and Way were battling so hard through turn 1 and 2. They didn't allow anything for Aiden, and Aiden just capitalised, went straight up the inside of both of them, and now he's just latched onto the back of steerage and is not letting him go anywhere with it. So initially I thought it was Way that got the better start than the Williams, but of course he had to defend from Hamilton at the same time, again, which allowed Aiden straight through, and Aiden was actually challenging P1 into, which corner is that? Turn 6 I think that is, down the straight.
Yeah.
And he's still there, so he's probably got the best start out of anyone of the field.
Yeah, he is on it. Let's see what positions he has gained throughout this race. He has gained 2. So,
yeah.
Another big gainer. Leaper Affinity's gained 6 positions. And we got Hotwire, Dome Thunders, Inardi and Atlantis that gained 2. Ados has gained 3. Way, the biggest loser here at the moment, dropped 2 out of the leaders. Jason has dropped 2. And our Frank Blazing Slender and AGH has dropped 5. So, and we got a few people that stay where they are, and that is Steerage, Hamilton and Easy Fusion. Now I'm starting to see drops of rain too. Only light rain at the moment, so it's not just you. And I think the drivers are seeing a bit of rain as well. So this could be interesting. We were told it was dry race, but I think the drivers did look at the second part of the race really in their weather forecast. So that's why they told us a different story. It might be just a game glitching on us, but we'll have to wait and see. As probably the hardest tyre, the mediums, will probably be the best tyre to be on right now. Yep, I definitely see rain now. I'm not even kidding. So yeah, it's not a glitch, Jackson, thank goodness. Or it might just be my eyes.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, it's absolutely fine. I sometimes keep interrupting you as well. But yeah, if this rains, then this could throw the strategy that these guys are going to do way out of proportion. Because they got to think, oh, when's the best time to go on to intermediate? And if it dries up, when is the best time to go on to a set of dries again? So very crucial. So possibly this can turn from a 1-stop to a 2-stop if the weather changes. Or will the rain stay like this? But according to the drivers, it looks like it's going to be probably just a light rain. So it won't be heavy rain, but it'll be the driver's call as to when they decide to go onto a set of green intermediate tyres. But I think at the moment it's too early to go.
Aiden's got a chance. He's going up the inside in Stowe. And he's got him straight away. No side-by-side action at all through the corner. Steerage goes a bit wide as well. So now he's got Hamilton in his back. Well, the top 4 is separated by a second. So it hasn't opened up at all in the first 3 laps. Any one of these 4 could still win this.
Yes, they can. As Aiden just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. 1:31.2. That's pretty impressive. First few laps here. And I do start to see some
We had a bit of a moment.
And
bit of a sideways moment through turn 2, but he saved it.
This is where the rain is starting to come down now, and the tyres are starting to struggle a bit less than normal. This is where they start to come into their own here and make sure they manage their tyres a lot more now. As I think Way was almost trying to make a move out on the outside of Hamilton. And he's got to probably pick up a look on the inside. If he stays put at the moment, he may have a chance going to Copse Corner as well. But no, not Copse Corner. The start finish straight.
It's Copse Corner.
Yeah, it is Copse Corner. It is quite confusing because obviously there's 2 start finish straights. But obviously a lot of track people, a lot of series race here. So that's why there's 2 straights. And as Way's doing very well, he's trying to gain for a lot of time, and someone's gone wide. Who was that? I think that was Hamilton again. Oh, Steerage, was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, the tyres are starting to play.
Got a bit of understeer and went off.
They are starting to play into the wrong hands at the moment. They are not managing their tyres well if they are losing it in the back end. And Steerage just got a 5-second stop go. And he's going to the pit, so that's going to put a bitter the rest of this Grand Prix. But he's got to keep that mindset positive, because otherwise he's going to struggle ever so slightly. So, what tyres is going to go on? A set of hards by the looks of things. I thought he would have raced.
I'm not sure if he had a bit of front wing damage, but that is probably... Lap 5 is early. Even well, no, that was lap 4 he pitted on, but that is very early, even for the soft tyres. So I'm not sure if he just overheated them or what, as Way is now looking up the inside of APS Hamilton. Hamilton's going to hang it around the outside, the mediums, keeping up his own fight with the softs at the moment. He goes very wide, he pushes Way up a bit. Way's going to try and get the switchback move going through Brooklands, and I don't think he's going to get that much of a good run because both of them went wide. Although he goes all over the curbs, APS Hamilton's pushing him up against the wall, bit of contact there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how Way is going to feel about that, but obviously bit of talk between the drivers after the race, obviously, because Hamilton not wanting to give up that position very easily. A bit of Verstappen defending there, but you know how it is.
Now how it is in league racing, and responding to the question about steerage, I was following his pit entry and following his pit stop. He did actually had a bit of damage to his front wing, so that was why he had to pit early.
Okay.
So, because I think he did start to struggle. Oh, there's a bit of sliding from both of them.
Oh, what a move.
And Way taking a very aggressive line there, but he did that quite well. He managed it very well indeed, as Leaper's got a time penalty. Hamilton's around about 3/10, and he's going to get a switch back. Oh, a bit of a lock up and a bit of contact from, I think it was Way on Easy Fusion. As it looks like a bit of end plate damage from Easy Fusion there. These guys have got to be more careful around here, because this is where we're starting to see quite a few incidents starting to develop already, as JJ Rocks has just found out, as JJ Rocks is going into the pits, as Easy Fusion has already been overtaken by a few people already. But Aiden is already pulling away like there's no tomorrow. 4 seconds closing in, which is very, very good for him. Very good pace. He's definitely got the best of starts. He's got to keep it up though, and he's got to make sure that he manages his tyres. And he probably won't pit until he's almost certain that it's time for intermediates, I think, unless these tyres wear out pretty quickly. As the track is starting to get a little bit damp. It is very cloudy here in Silverstone.
That was a side swipe. That wasn't decent. That was a side swipe from Hamilton. That was a bit dirty. I'm not going to lie. On the straight, a DRS side by side. They're running side by side nicely, and then all of a sudden APS Hamilton just jolts the steering wheel a bit and pushes Way onto the grass. So I'm not sure how Way's going to feel about that.
Yeah, there has been some issues with that. I think Jason's all over the back of Way. Ray is seen to be struggling a little bit. Don't forget, Jason's on the mediums, and usually the hardest tyres on these types of conditions are usually the best tyres to be on around Silverstone. Obviously, we are seeing rain, and that is typical conditions in Britain, so we're not really that surprised that it is raining here in Silverstone at this time. As I think, let me just get the telemetry up. He's got the DRS, Jason. He's a bit too further back to make the move, but he's going to gain some more time due to that DRS action. He is right in ERS at the moment, so he can bump the ERS a little bit, but he's chosen not to. He's choosing to stay in ERS mode 2 at the moment, which is a bit of a risky strategy, I've got to say, but because it's raining, you don't want the ERS too high, because you will drain your battery when you're not using it, as he's on a lower gear at the moment, but again, taking it cautious, going just past Cop's corner. And yeah, he is losing a bit of time, but again, he doesn't want to get into any more trouble. Atlantis is all over the back of our Frank in the Sauber, as well as Blazing Slender as well on the back of Atlantis. Blazing Slender is, I think, closer to Atlantis than Atlantis is close to our Frank. So a three-way battle for the points paying position. Any points around here is crucial, especially around Silverstone. Most people, because it's their home race, really want to get points around here. As I think Blazing Slender almost was trying to make the move. He decided to be better and decided to stay put. As let's see who was stopped. I'm looking at the wrong thing. We've only got 3: Steerage, J-Rocks and Easy Fusion. So those are the only people that are stopped at the moment. So everybody else has still got to make their stops.
What you were going to said about earlier about the ERS, in the rain, people can actually afford to run their ERS in a higher mode because obviously you're not on the throttle as much. You're going to be coasting a lot more, particularly through the long corners that you have at Silverstone. So normally you can actually have it in the third mode and keep it there because obviously you're just riding along with the car a lot more and on the throttle a lot less. So in general, you'll just be using a lot less battery, and you can just power that up for the straight and just make up all that time again on the straight. And I think with Fusion's front wing, obviously he wasn't happy with it. From what I saw, I'm not sure if he damaged it again, but he was only missing a couple of turning vanes. The structure of the wing was still there, but obviously he wasn't happy with it. It was compromising his setup a lot. So that's why he came to pit. Way is going to have another look at Hamilton. Does a switchback moves, goes straight down the inside, another bit of contact. I'm looking at this from the McLaren behind them. Hamilton cuts right back on the track. These guys are wheel banging like crazy. This is like Verstappen and Vettel all over again from last year. But APS stays ahead somehow of the Merc. Bit of bumper cars from both of them now, I think. I think Way is getting frustrated with the Red Bull in not being able to get past him. But Cat McLaren is going to be looking very excited at these two. Because, well, the way they're going at the moment, I won't be surprised at all if it's not long until they find themselves both in the gravel.
Yeah, we have seen last night that a few sort of incidents in ILR3 caused a lot of people to make careless mistakes and force people off the circuit, and we don't really want that. But so far, everyone is staying put at the moment. They are keeping it together, they are not hitting the walls or anything, and they are not giving up, which is very good to see as we are approaching the pit window. Now, because it is actually raining, they're not using their tyres as much. So that is why the pit windows can change for softs to mediums by the looks of things. We have seen people who haven't pitted yet because only 3 people are on the harder tyres. But again, I think they're just waiting for people to make the move and possibly get it done. As our Frank, I think, almost made his way past Blazing Slender, but I think he's gone wide. Yep, he's gone wide. He's dropped down a few positions. Now he's got to try and make another chance on Blazing Slender. Aiden got a 5-second stop go. So a lot of people speeding in the pit lane tonight. That's definitely going to cost Aiden because he was dominating that lead.
Again. Hamilton forces way off the track.
My word!
Up the inside of the Merc.
Sorry, just to cut you, but there has been a collision with AGH and Blazing Slender approaching the fourth to third to last corner there. That was not good from the Renault there, who almost went into AJH. Well, it must have been the other way around, but that was just not good racing at all. But that is allowing other people to stay put. But yeah, we are starting to see people make careless mistakes now, and this is where people start to get into their own and really got to think about their tyres more.
Jason's back going up the inside of Hamilton, making a switchback move. Hamilton's Red Bull is understeering all over the place. Hamilton almost pushes the Mercedes onto the grass because the Mercedes tries to capitalise off that move that the McLaren just made. Both of them catching up on the McLaren into Cop, so it's just a question of will Hamilton be able to stick it around the outside? No, he doesn't. He goes a bit wide. I think he has to concede the place to the Mercedes at this point. Hamilton loses 2 places there.
And he's got a 3-second time penalty as well. So I think he was forced to make that move. And we will be checking the penalties later on, of course. There's a little bit of weaving a little bit there from Jason. Obviously, he's not expecting to leave the races early on.
What a dive bomb that was. That is a bit over ambitious. Jason is going to try and get the switchback move. The Red Bull dives into the pits. But he's going to try and hang it around the outside. Is Way going to regain the lead? I don't think he is. But he's still there. Like, forgetting the amount of side-by-side people doing league racing compared to real life. I think Jason might be wise to hand that position back, and he does. So much side-by-side, it's unbelievable.
It is absolutely crazy racing from these guys at the moment, but we're not even halfway through this Grand Prix. As APS Hamilton, I think, goes on a set of mediums, and he drops down to 7th, but there's people above him that haven't pitted yet, so would it be the right call for him to pit now? But I don't think the rain is getting any worse by the looks of things. It's staying at a constant light rain threshold. So I think they'll be alright in the tyres that they are at now at the moment. unless it gets worse. But it is not looking worse at the moment. It's still staying at constant light rain, but things can change as the race goes on. As Britain always brings out a bit of unpredictability as the weather, as most of us know, because we live in the UK. As APS Hamilton easily makes his way past Atlantis in the Ferrari. And
let's point out how close Ados Gamer is to Hotwire. He almost hit the back of the Red Bull going through Maggot's Begging and Travel. He's been at DRS. I'd be quite surprised if he doesn't get past the Red Bull on this straight. He's going to have to go around the outside on the harder compounds. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. He tries it anyway, and it does work. That is supreme grip that Mercedes has got at the moment. He's obviously got a very downforce orientated setup on that motor. It's allowed him to just slam it around the outside of that Red Bull and manage to keep it on the track in damp-ish conditions, because obviously there's still 16 cars on the track, so that line isn't going to get very wet anytime soon with the amount of rain we've got.
No, not at all. They just got to keep it together, and Ados is already pulling up a good gap. If he pits again, he could probably go in a very good position by the looks of things. But Aiden just set the fast lap of the Grand Prix on the set mediums. So mediums definitely the tyre to be on at this moment in time. But we could see a lot of people go on to the hards pretty soon as well, as the conditions start to materialise. As Hotwire, I can see he's struggling. He went a bit in the grass there. His softs are almost dying at the moment, but he's choosing to stay out at the moment for a few more laps by the looks of things. There's another penalty for Easy Fusion. I have a feeling this race is going to be decided on penalties alone. And we don't really want that, because that doesn't bring for interesting racing. We saw that happen. They got to keep it clean, but I've never commentated on a race in a while where we've had no penalties. Everyone has, at least one driver has scored penalties in every race I've commentated on ILR so far. So yeah, they got to be cautious, I think, approaching it. As Jason is already trying to close in onto Way. They're both on medium tyres, so they got insane amount of grip. They can go to around about lap 16, 17 on these set of medium tyres. So they've got a few more laps in them. But who's got the drive? Who's gonna blink first when that move is done? As Hotwire has decided enough's enough. He's gone into the pits for set mediums, Jack.
I'm not. Yeah, he has put a set of medium. If he's made a set of softs last that long, that is impressive. Because obviously you can't go medium because that's against tyre rules. But he's gone soft medium and made the soft last halfway through the race and still come out in P11. That's impressive. That
is, on strategy alone, he would win that. Not gonna lie, but starting on the mediums can be very, I think, can prove to be very interesting. I think, because then you could go on to any tyre you like, and it doesn't really matter, because those two tyres will go to the end of the race anyway if you pit on the mediums, which will be quite nice. So if I was them, I would pit earlier if I want to do a medium to hards. No, medium to hards, but I'll pit a bit later if I was going to do medium to softs. So I think a lot of people are going to do medium to softs by the looks of things. There's not many people the mediums have pitted yet. But Easy Fusion, I think, is on the hards, and so is Blazing Slender as well. That's probably going to go to the end of the race. Jason is back. Another penalty from him. A lot of people have been getting warnings as well. So that
I was looking at that a minute ago, and I was looking at that a minute ago, and Way broke quite a lot into turn one, even though it's not really that bad of a corner to start slamming on the brakes that hard. So I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do there. But Jason's back had to slam on the brakes in turn of that, and he turned in a bit more than he thought he would for that corner. And yeah, he just inadvertently cut the corner. I don't think that was entirely his fault, because Way did slam on the brakes a bit too much, but I think we'll let it slide for the minute.
Yeah, but he's got to be more aware when to slam on these brakes, because some people for the first time are trying on a bit of no assist. They're turning off at one assist at a time, so they are starting to get used to when they're going to brake, when the ABS is kicking in and stuff like that. And I think that's what Jason is doing by the looks of things. As Atlantis, another penalty. The rain is still coming down, but I see a little bit more rain than expected, but we'll have to wait and see. Very impressed with how these medium tyres are going. I'm just going to see what other battles we've got incoming. I think we've got, oh, Way's in the pits. Way is in the pits. Thank God he didn't get a speeding ticket, or a speeding penalty, as I think he's going to get a good pit stop. He's got a good comfortable gap. I think he'll probably come out in about 4th or 5th place by the looks of things if he gets a good pit stop. Wow, that is a very good pit stop from Way in the Mercedes there. Well done to him. That was good.
But where is he going to come out in relation to, more importantly, APS Hamilton and APS Steerage? I think he's going to get...
He's going to go
He's coming out of the pits now. APS Steerage gets him, but APS Hamilton, I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't.
No, he's miles ahead of Steerage. Not Steerage, Hamilton.
But Steerage is up into 5th place then. But is Steerage going to make his tyres last? I think he can. Because if the mediums last about 16 laps, the hards could go on for about 4 or 5 laps more. But I think he might have to do a 2-stop, depending on when he pitted, which was quite early on. Yeah, as Leap has gone still in the pits, gone onto a set of softs. So very gambling strategy from Leap actually, because the softs don't last very long. So I'm a bit worried about him, but we'll find out pretty soon as Wade's already making his way up through the field on a set of these soft tyres. So I think a gamble strategy from him, but he could make sure he can pick up the pace a little bit. But maybe you've seen in other leagues that you have seen people go on the softs for 15 laps around Silverstone, and they're like, you know what, I could do that too. That's probably what he's doing right now. He's done his research, as I think he's got another chance to make his way past Steerage. The rain is coming out even harder. Steerage taking a defensive route at the moment. Taking a similar line.
Putting on some softs.
Oh! Contact from Steerage and Way again. Way is getting a little bit too aggressive at the moment when he's trying to make some moves on Steerage there.
Steerage with a mega save going through turn 1. He gets a 3-second time penalty. But I'd much rather take that than probably be in the wall. That was a mega save from the Williams.
Yeah, that was a mega save at the moment. And he is trying his best to make sure he can gain as much positions as he can. But that mistake that he's had is probably going to not have his hard tyres do any good. But if he was on a set of mediums or softs, it would have been a lot worse. So thank goodness he's on a set of hards right now. Because it wouldn't have done a lot of damage, but it would have done a bit of damage. But he seems to be alright at the moment. But the Prancing Horse Ray is now going to try and catch up to second. But due to the list of penalties that he's got to make sure he's clear of Steerage for about a certain time. We will check the penalties in about a few laps time to see if people get any more. But doesn't look like he's going to. Aiden, I do believe, is pitted, because Aiden is still in the lead of this Grand Prix. So his strategy has worked to perfection. He's played it well. He decided when he thought was the best time to pit. He probably pitted when we didn't notice. He probably did like a dummy pit stop. It was that quick. But anyway, Way off the fastest lap. Oh, we've got Zanardi in the pits right now. Steerage is all the way up into 3rd place now. And we've got our usual top 4 pretty much. Hot Wire's now put it himself up into 6th at the moment. But this might all change due to penalties. But we're on lap 17.
I've actually
got 10 laps to
go on. I was actually commentating in another league a couple of weeks ago around UK, and I'm not really sure about the tyre wear and how much tyres, well, degrade, because it was a full wet race, and the guy who won the race, he was actually, there was a massive crash at the start. He was one of the ones who was in the incident. He made a pit stop on lap 1, kept clean throughout the rest of the race, but he made a set of wet tyres last 25 laps in a 50% race.
What?
So I have no idea what the wear is like around this track, but it's probably one of my more favourite wins that I've ever seen. Because 25 laps of one set of tyres is unbelievable by anybody's standards.
Wait, what tyres was that?
Wets.
Wets? Oh my god.
Yeah.
To be honest, that is incredible. I don't know how you do it, but just goes to show anything can happen. Hot wire, I think, just spun. He's probably going to hit the wall. Yes, he does. I think that's got a bit of damage to his front wing. I didn't quite catch who he was trying to overtake. His ERS was pretty low as well. Yes, he's got... Actually, his damage is not looking too bad. But he is suffering from a bit of issues. He's lost a bit of damage to the right part of the floor by the looks of things.
If you look at it, he's got quite a bit of damage to both of his end plates. Don't be surprised if he does this lap and then comes back in again. I think he might have done a bit of a Felipe Massa from 2013, just lost it on the AstroTurf and gone into the wall. I think the less said about the 2013 British Grand Prix, the better at Pirelli. But
so
yeah, I'm just going to concentrate on this race instead.
Yeah, concentrate on this race really. Is Hotwire is got to make sure. Yeah, he does like he's got a bit of damage right now. So it's going to be a long pit stop for him, and obviously a race to forget for Hotwire. It was looking very promising for Hotwire until he made that mistake. So what could have been for Hotwire if he didn't make that mistake? A possible P5 on the cards, maybe. But we will never know. And he's almost made a mistake again. Oh my word! He is was that desync? Was that desync? Or was he just struggling?
No, I don't think it was. I think he just went speared straight into the side of R. Frank.
His tyres were struggling as well. And I think there was nothing R. Frank could have done to avoid that. That was a crash and a half. And Hotwire is probably going to be in last place.
Also, how much Way is catching up F1 Aiden by. He was 3 seconds behind about 2 laps ago, and now he's about 8/10 behind. So Aiden not getting as much out of those mediums as he'd want. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a change for the lead in the next couple of laps. But it depends how well that Toro Rosso can defend that P1.
Yes. And Frank had just said in the chat, what was that? Yeah, he was wondering what happened there. He is not very happy at all with what happened. I think this will be looked for by the stewards. Obviously, we can't say pretty much what our thoughts of it were because it is really up to the stewards. I can't call it what happened. I think Hotwire serving his stop-go penalty from earlier, but I think speeding in the pit lane.
He's actually going to go for a move for the lead now. I don't think he's going to get it. F1 Aiden broke fairly late, but those mediums are not up to it, and I think Way is just taking the lead of this race, unless Aiden gets a decent run on the inside line. That's a bit of side-pod contact. They both hold it on, but Way's taken the lead. Now on the outside of Vale, that was a mighty move.
That was incredible from Ray, but don't forget, I think Way's got penalties, but I'm just going to check quickly. I'm going to check quickly the penalty since there's not much going on track. So let me see how many penalties Way has got. I will check.
Not Wise retired. I think he might have retired in the pits.
Yep, he is retired. So Way has got 2 penalties. Not sure how long they are. Aiden has got 2 as well. So it's an even playing field between Way and Aiden at this moment in time. This is going to be exciting for these 2 guys. This is a battle for the lead here. And I wonder if Steerage is going to catch up. Can you check how many penalties Steerage has got?
Yeah, we'll do. Give me a sec.
Because Aiden and Way have both got the same amount. I know Steerage has got 1, but I'm not
Steerage
sure.
has got 1, yeah.
Yeah, so by the looks of things, this will be close.
He served a stop-go earlier.
It will be close, I think, between these top 3. But Easy Fusion just got another penalty. So far, we've lost 2 people. We've lost R. Frank and Hotwire. due to that instant earlier on, that front wing instant definitely cost him a bit of time. So
tell you what, I would totally discount from a podium is Jason is back, because he's around, well, 3 seconds behind the Williams of APS steerage, and he's around 5/10 behind the Red Bull of Hamilton, both of which are on harder compounds, and they are more worn. So I wouldn't be surprised if he manages to get the better of both of them, but it's just a question of how easily can he get past Hamilton, because Hamilton has been probably the most aggressive driver of the race so far.
Oh, Jason's going to make a move on APS.
Up there. He gives him room. Is he going to try and go around the outside? He isn't. He's going to look for space down the inside, but there isn't any there. So he's just going to try and carry on with it in the moment. Because if he gets past him, the quicker. That was a bit of desync there, I think. Backing up of Hamilton. That wasn't intentional by any stretch. That was just this game being this game. But yeah, he's going to want to clear that Red Bull quickly. They are genuinely catching the Williams as they are. The quicker he can do it, the less chance Hamilton has a chance to fight back at him.
Yes, indeed. As Jason is back, is going to
tries to go around the outside.
Chance.
He's doing it now.
What
a move that was.
Very clean indeed.
He's going to have to defend again. Hamilton goes down the inside, but he's overshot it so much. And he's going to make the move.
Good on Jason.
That was such a move from that McLaren on a pad. That's unbelievable.
I would say at the moment, apart from those penalties, my driver of the day so far would go to Jason. Because he's in 4th, and he's gained a lot of positions already, and he's on a pad in the rain. I'm going to
quickly check how many penalties he's got.
I know he's got a couple. But Jason, on a pad in the rain, I would never do well on a pad in the rain any day. So to make it work, he's doing absolutely incredible right now. As props to him. But I think, did he race last week? It was his first race, wasn't it, last week?
So, yeah.
So he got 4th. So I've checked the standings. He got 4th place last week. So he could equal for his best finish in ILR, which will be 2 4ths in a row, or possibly a 5th, which will be a very good result for him, as he will try and catch up to the rest of the championship, even though some of them have done more races than him. So it's always looking for a very strong start in the championship for Jason is back 44. Nice game attack.
You said a minute ago that he had a lot of penalties. I just checked. He's only got 2. Yeah. So he's definitely within a shout of getting a podium.
Yeah, and no, I did say he got a couple. I didn't say, but yeah, I know he had a few. So, but
if those tyres start to bite him in the last few laps, and he gets a couple penalties, he's going to have to watch Jason, because Jason didn't make much ground that lap, but he is going to start catching him in the last couple, because those hards, they've been on for 18 laps. They've got to drop off soon.
Yep, he has got to be careful just to make sure that they are aware with what is going on, and it's raining as well, and if you want used tyres for a long time when it gets wet, this is where the drivers start to find it a lot difficult to keep the car intact. But we've still got 3 laps to go. Anything can happen, and you guys in the chat may have a different opinion for driver of the day. You may think someone else is deserving. Aiden has done very well as well to stay where he is at the moment, as AGH has got another 3-second time penalty. I think pretty much everyone here has got time penalty. I don't think...
Yeah.
Everyone.
In these conditions around Silverstone, it's pretty much impossible not to get them. It's just the amount you slide is just unbelievable.
It is difficult.
You're going to go over curves at some point or another.
And I think Leaper's going to... Atlantis was going to try and make a move around the outside of Leaper. They're side by side at the moment. Leaper almost getting the switch back. He almost did it then. But it looks like Atlantis has got the move done. Atlantis is up into the points again. Atlantis definitely needs some good luck in this league at the moment. Atlantis has... his best finish was in Baku. But since then, the highest he got was a P5 back in Austria last week. So he did very well in last week. There. But very impressed with how many people are still in this race. Only 2
Yeah,
retirements.
14 runners. So that just shows the track isn't that wet, isn't as wet as we thought it'd be. I thought I saw rain on the start, but it doesn't seem to have mattered that much. Can I just point out, in that last lap, Jason has taken a second out of steerage.
Wow.
So this is going to go down to the last lap.
This is going to be interesting. I can't wait for this. If you just joined us, you've just joined us at the right time for ILR3 on Xbox. And Jason, I think 8 laps soft tyres is definitely going to help him here. Because 1, they're a softer tyre. 2, they're newer. So put them both together. Jason, I think, is going to have the advantage as he's now 1.3 seconds. Now 1.2. Oh my God, it's going to be too close to call for him. Jason's going to do ever so well. He can get a podium here. The fans are going to be on their feet here. I'm not sure what country Jason is in. Jason is British, so it's going to be a good result for his home Grand Prix if he keeps this up. I think altogether he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. So he's going to probably stay 4th at the moment because Hamilton is 7 seconds clear. So at the moment, Jason is fine, and he's probably going to stay in 4th at the moment. So I think Jason is very lucky, unless Hamilton can find another second in the next lap or so.
Because if those hards on the Williams start to overheat or they start blistering by any stretch at this point, he's going to lose so much grip that he's just going to shoot straight off the track, and that's just going to open the door so much for the McLaren behind him. He seems to have so much more grip at the moment. It's unbelievable. And don't forget, he's had these softs on for 9 laps. These softs are only predicted to go 7 laps, so he's already extended them by 2 already.
There's no point pitting now, man. Just go to the end. You can do it.
Yeah, so, I'm just saying, those softs aren't going to have that much grip on them at all.
He's doing ever so
well.
well.
I also point out... Yeah, sorry, go on.
He's doing ever so well to make sure he can try and get the move there. He'll probably be happy with his performance regardless, because this is a track where British drivers want to do want to do really well. And
talking of that, can I just point out that the top 5 drivers in this race at the moment are British drivers?
This is where they want to be right now. They want to win their home Grand Prix. And it looks like Wade's going to have that advantage unless penalties change.
No, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Jason is not going to be 4th. So I think Hamilton's got two as well. But I think he's a bit too... I don't know. Anything can happen here. I really don't know. I can't call it. We are fighting head to toe here at the moment. And we're on the final lap. As Wade's already starting to pull through. But don't forget, Wade and Aiden got similar penalties. And AJ is out. So we lost our 3rd person out of this race then. But let's see if Wade goes across Copse Corner now to start the last part of the first part of sector 3, the last part of the lap. Let's get the lap data up. Well, it's sector 2 at the moment, not sector 3. But anyway, Wade's been looking very promising across this race so far. He went a little bit too aggressive in a few corners, which cost him some penalties. A few penalties will be probably investigated by a few drivers after the race. So results will all be provisional now, as I think he's just lapped a Renault or Blazing Slender, I think, by the looks of things. Yes, he has. As Wade's about to cross the final corner, he's going to win on track. Is he going to win outright? Let's see. Aiden's about to cross the line. Yes, he does. Wade wins on the track. Because steerage is...
He almost lost. I think he might have, depending on how quick steerage went through those last corners, he might lose. No, he doesn't. I thought he was about to lose P2 then, but
now the battle for 4th,
5-second time penalty as well.
Jason versus Hamilton. Probably that penalty may have cost him, but no, it hasn't. Hamilton, due to the penalties Hamilton's got, Jason has got equaled his best finish in ILR. He's got P4 last week. He got P4 this week. Mega well done to him. He's done ever so well. And also, massive props to steerage as well. He's managed to 22 laps on a set of hard and making his way up to P3 despite the trouble he had at the beginning. Props to him. He did like a Lewis Hamilton drive out there today. And so we've got the last...
Oh!
What happened there? What?
Sorry, but I think Leffler just ruined his chances of finishing in the points because he went wide at the last corner, allowing Atlantis to catch up right to his rear wing. And then as he crossed the line, he gave himself an extending penalty, I think. So he's just given the points finish away in the last 2 corners.
Yeah, that is insane. So get your votes in for driver of the day in the chat if you are watching. So we've got a all British podium then. Way takes his home Grand Prix win. He must be pretty delighted with that. Anyone in ILR wants to get a home Grand Prix win of the British drivers. And Way has done that. Massive well done to him. Massive well done to Aiden. And massive well done to Steerage for our top 3. Definitely well deserved. These 3 were definitely the class of the field today for 3 different reasons, not gonna lie. So, but they didn't have to change to intermediates. Ados and Zanardi, the only people not to get penalties. Everybody else has got penalties. So it just goes to show the calibre of these two. But well done to Ados and Zanardi for keeping it clean out there. Don't know how they didn't get penalties, but props to them. As here is your top 10. Way, Aiden, Steerage, Jason is back, Ados, Hamilton, Zanardi, Easy Fusion, Dome Thunder, and Atlantis taking that last point. And we have 2 DNFs, 3 DNFs of AJH, Hotwire, and R. Frank. What did you think of that race, Jack?
Well, it didn't get as wet as I think we thought it would, but yeah, there was a bit of sliding, bit more tyre wear than I think we got, because I think Steerage's tyres were a bit more worn than we think by the end of that, so we did very well to hold on to it. But Jason, again, I think he did extremely well to get that P4 on a pad. Absolutely
Sensational. Very proud for him as well. I would give it to Jason as well, and also to Steerage as well for recovering so far down the field to make sure he gets that P3. So well done to him. How these drivers are going to manage the next round, which I do believe is Hungary. Is it Hungary? I'm not entirely... Germany. I was thinking of 2017. I've forgotten it's Hockenheim next and then Hungary. But Hockenheim I'm very excited about. It's a track that has been there for... I don't think any of the ILR drivers have raced in Hockenheim before. So it's going to be very interesting. And I'm super excited to see it return to league racing. But that is it for us now. Any last words, Jack?
Well, I'm just looking forward to the next round in Germany, to be honest, because normally Germany can give quite a good race, because it's quite a, well, I'm not sure if you know what I mean, it's like slippery track. It tends not to be as much grip on that track as there is in places like Silverstone in Austria. So, should be pretty good for the next few races at least.
And I hope you can join us next Friday, same time at 8, I nearly said 8 PM then, 7:30 for ILR3 on YouTube. And if you want to catch the ILR 1 and 2 races that just went on, please check it out on Twitch. It will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow if you want to wait till then, because I think that must be some good races as well. Don't forget to check out ILR 1 and 2 for PS4 on Sunday, ILR 1 at 5:30 PM and ILR 2 at 7 PM for the last British races. If you like the Silverstone so much, you sure don't want to miss out those 2 races. But it has been a very good race, and I'm looking forward to Hockenheim next week. I've been Jess Games 95, Jack has been JSR Snakes, and we will see you next Friday at 7:30 for some more ILR Xbox action. Good night.